Welcome to the second episode of Class Back. Ruben, what's with the mask? Aren't you at home?
Oh yeah, right. My bad. I forgot I was wearing a mask. Because of COVID, it's become a necessity these days.
Yeah, exactly. I just wish I could go back to the pre-lockdown times.
Or you could just move to New Zealand, right?
Speaking of New Zealand, today's guest is an alumnus of the 2015 batch with a degree in computer engineering.
She has worked as a software developer at Interview Air and 4i Biz whilst in New Zealand. And she initially worked as a customer service specialist at Spark New Zealand. And she's currently working as a personal insurance consultant in Auckland.
So, without any further delay, let's welcome Miss Sammy Dsouza.
Hi guys,
Hi Sammy, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, we're all fine. Okay,
So what are you? Yeah, go ahead.
So first we'll be just asking you a few questions regarding your experience at DBIT. So what was it like when you first entered DBIT, and why did you opt for engineering?
So why did I opt for engineering? Good question. So initially, my parents were always like, go into medical, but then back in school days as a kid, I was always interested in science, technology. But then later, as we further in higher grades, when biology came into picture, I didn't kind of like biology and I preferred more of physics. So I always wanted to, rockets was something that always excites me. It's like fun to watch them. So I wanted to do something into aeronautics initially, but then the chances were quite narrow for me getting into an aeronautical engineering. And then the next best option for me was mechanics. But again, I had to just go for what was available at that time. So there was I yet remember that day when I had to choose between mechanical and computer, because I had done a bit of research from my end with in terms of the job opportunities, and I felt that computer had a very good scope. um, so the main reason I opted engineering is because of the technology itself. It's just so amazing to see how technology can transform your daily activities. It just and today it's been like 10 years now. Things have changed, things are changing drastically. Everything is now become automated, like everything. So which is kind of good. So engineering is the best. And first day at DBIT, it was like a mixed feeling, of feeling of excitement and nervousness at the same time. Excitement because something new, I was starting a new journey, something that I always wanted to learn. So it was pretty much exciting. Nervousness because I had heard a lot about engineering, like KTs and how difficult it's in terms of studies. But then eventually I got there. So yeah, so feeling of excitement and nervousness was my first thing. But then I fell in love with the campus. I love the campus. And overall, it was pretty much exciting.
All right. And what were some of your best memories that you have while you were in DBIT?
There are like many memories, some good, some bad. So first, in the first year itself, first year was super fun because we had a mixture of all the departments. I'm not sure if yet they do it, but first year is always.
We still have that, like the first.
Okay.
Semester,
yeah, that's good. So first year it was like a mixture of all the departments, and I guess my first year was the best year of all the 4 years. It was like super fun. We all were excited, like all were like happy. Yeah, we got into engineering, and then the excitement eventually dropped down. But yeah, first year was definitely one of the best years. Then eventually the freshers party was another one of the best memories. um, we used to have a lot of sports events organized, and I was actively into sports. So we used to have cricket, football, um, basketball, and even throwball. Um, Out of the sports, one of the best memories were when we represented DBIT, and we had gone for an international, not an international, but an inter-college football competition, and we came up as runner-ups, and we were like so happy because none of us actually knew football. So it was fun, and um, obviously graduation was also a mixture of emotions, because it was almost the end of 4 years, and we were supposed to, like, we were about to step into a new world, a new journey. And yeah, that sums up my engineering.
So how was the transition between like completing your engineering to going and working in the industry as a software developer?
So when I started working, so initially the company what I was working for was known as Monster Instinct, and then it got renamed to Interview Air, and then it again got renamed to VRSP. So it was a huge transition, and because in college what we study is basically more of fundamental, and when you start working, and then you start clicking, like it clicks like, oh, okay, this is where we actually have to use it. So it's more of like actual real world example, like you are working, you have new challenges every day. You try to understand, and everything falls into place like of what you have studied, but then it takes a while. For me at least, it took a while to for that transition. So yeah, but eventually you will get there, because it is something that if your fundamentals are good, you will know where and what to use, what technology, what concepts to use. So especially the software development lifecycle model is something that we have been focused on during computer engineering. So you will come to know, okay, these are the phases, these are the actual phases, and how they apply.
Yeah.
So, why did you decide to go to New Zealand of all places?
Well, New Zealand was not first one of my options to go. Initially, I had planned to go to Canada. My first thing was like, I need to go out and travel, and I want to explore more. So my first option was Canada, but then I was a bit hasty in making that decision, and then I was like, no, I should take a while, think of different options, and then decide. Then I started doing more of research, and then I had shortlisted New Zealand, Australia, Ireland, and Canada. Canada was something that I had then kept as a backup, but I first applied to New Zealand because the entire process, the application process itself, was much more promising. Like for me, it was much more promising. So that's the reason. And I did research about New Zealand. Firstly, I have a biggest phobia against snakes. And the best part is in New Zealand, there are no snakes. So I was like, I am going here. This is my place. And it's a beautiful country. It's no doubt one of the most beautiful country on earth. So yeah.
So, how has it been living in New Zealand so far?
It's been good, like lots of learning. I came here back in 2018. I did have few friends here, which was very helpful. But you will like you tend to learn many things when you are on your own.
Right.
So it was a very good experience for me. A lot of learning, um, a lot of self-reflection of things, what I used to do, and I like, okay, I need to improve on myself. So um, it has been a very good journey. I have learned a lot, and I'm very happy and glad where I am today, even in terms of my profession as well. I'm blessed to with this job as well. So it's good. Like, I feel coming to New Zealand, following my instincts was one of the best decisions that I've ever made.
So, is it easy for students to obtain a part-time job in campus while they complete their course?
So in New Zealand is slightly different than USA, because I know in USA when you are as a student, you will need to get a job which is in your campus if you have to work part-time. But in New Zealand, it's more of like on your hours. You can work in any field, any company. It's not just campus. You can work anywhere. We are just limited to hours. It's just like 20 hours per week where what we can work for on a student visa. And getting a part-time job is not that difficult. There are many opportunities over here. So getting part-time job is not that difficult. Also, people are very friendly. So you have like supermarkets where you can just put in your request. They do have a whiteboard. They do put in a lot of notes if they require anyone. So it's and even there are like many apps which are kind of good to get part-time jobs in, because part-time jobs is something which is quite common over here, not just for student life but for others as well. So it's pretty easy to get one.
Okay. So, in your opinion, is it better to have a work experience, or one can directly pursue their further studies in New Zealand?
Having a work experience, sorry, what was your question again about the work
Like, is it
experience?
better to to have a work experience so you can directly go after 4 years of engineering um, to pursue your further education in New Zealand?
It's depends. Getting a job in New Zealand, like I was working as a software developer back in India, but I did have a bit of tough time finding a job over here in software, because though there are many opportunities, but keeping in mind New Zealand is very a small country compared to other countries, so the job opportunities are also very less. And I'm talking about specific to be towards computer engineering, like in IT. So there might be like 400, 500 jobs in overall in entire New Zealand. So yeah. So if you have some kind of work experience, it will definitely help you. It will definitely help you, but it depends on like what was your previous experience as well, because New Zealand will be working on different technologies. You need to do your own research. You need to see like what technologies most of the company use. You need to go on their job sites, see, like suppose if you want to be a software developer, if you want to be a Java developer, you need to search on their job sites, like how many job opportunities are there for Java developer. This will help you analyze like if you need to go with what you are doing, or do you need to study something else. So um, firstly, having an experience will definitely help you, because you will have that understanding of how you work in corporate. How does corporate life work? It should not be a huge drastic change. Firstly, you are moving to a different country, so having that bit like an experience will definitely help you, just not only in terms of job, but will also help you get more opportunities as well. Like in terms of it will help you broaden your opportunities. So you can decide, you can see what all you like. Suppose I'm a software developer, but then I see like, security is something which is very good over here. They are more of security jobs. So I might pursue a degree into security. So yeah. So if you have a job experience, you will know what are the different opportunities as well. What are the different fields? What are the different technologies that are used? Because you will be in that zone. So you will do your own research. As a student, you'll be like, okay, I have studied this. I want to do this. But you don't have that experience.
So what is the work culture like in New Zealand?
It is fun. It is pretty much laid back. You have good work-life balance over here. So it's not like you're working for 10, 12 hours and yet by the end of the day, you're super exhausted. So even after doing the regular shifts, you will definitely get your own personal time as well. So there's a good work-life balance. Most of the companies over here are small to medium enterprises. So max, there will be like 15, 20, and this is small to medium enterprises, 15, 20, 30 staff max. So if you want to progress in your career, it is again a great opportunity for you to progress. You just need to prove, and you need to have that can-do attitude. Like, yes, you need to prove that, I am open for challenges, I can do it. You need to be positive. So yeah.
So like for those students who want to do their masters in New Zealand, what would you recommend? What tips would you recommend for them to follow?
So as I said earlier, to go through the job websites. Seek is one of the job websites over here, which has many job opportunities listed every day. So do check on the website, like what you want, where do you see yourself working in next 2 or 3 years? What do you want to work as? See if there are job opportunities away. As I said, New Zealand is a small country. The technologies that they use, it's not like, suppose I was working in AngularJS, but then there will be only 2 or 3 companies using AngularJS. So, that's a difference. So you need to know what's more. .NET is quite, there are many jobs on .NET over here. So you need to know like what you would like to work on. Based on that, you can do certifications on Udemy or LinkedIn. You can do your certifications. See which job will interest you. Based on that, you can then find an course for yourself, because the courses over here are quite good. You have courses in more of like which will help you in corporate world. So the courses are based, like they are designed in such a way which has much of hands-on practical experience, but masters is mostly like research and thesis. So as I said earlier, corporate experience will definitely be helpful, because you will have some kind of knowledge, you will have some kind of experience which will help you decide. Because if you want to do research, what you want to do research on, forensic science, or if you want to do into security, like what kind of research you want to do. Based on that, if I finish my master's today, will there be jobs based on this available? So you have to check the job website. This is something that I learned. So this is one of the most useful tip that I can give. And yeah, always try connecting people on LinkedIn. Keep your LinkedIn profile updated. It's definitely helpful.
Thank you so much, Sammy. That was amazing and informative. But that's not all. We have a small game. This
Okay.
is a rapid fire game.
Okay.
Yeah, quite simple. It's like I'll ask you a couple of questions and you need to answer it like with the first word that comes to your mind.
Okay,
So we'll start it with Ruben, and then you can, just have an idea of how it will go about.
cool.
Yeah. So Ruben, let's start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ruben, your first question here. Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite cuisine?
Italian.
Hiking or jogging?
Hiking.
Pop or country?
Pop.
Casuals or formals?
Casuals.
Okay, so that's how it goes. You played well.
Those were easy
So
questions.
we will, yeah, they are. So they're rapid fire, right? You need to think fast on your feet. So,
Cool.
Sammy, should we start with you?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
start.
okay. Favorite holiday destination?
Greece.
Favorite color?
Black.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Dancing or singing?
Dancing.
What's worse for you, laundry or dishes?
Laundry.
What do you prefer, Mumbai or New Zealand?
Hmm. New Zealand.
Okay, that was fun. Uh, Thank you, Sammy, for
All
taking
good.
your time out and being a part of Class Back. Really enjoyed having you here.
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and knowledge and give you some guys tips. It's a good country if you guys are looking forward to pursue your education over here. Education is fantastic over here. You have opportunities, but as I said, do your research. It will definitely help you.
Yeah. Um, I would also like to thank all those who helped us with this initiative. And we would also like to thank our professor, Ms. Titi Varghese, for her constant support. For further updates and previous episodes, please do check out our Instagram page, DBIT Alumni.
Also, talking about our alumni page on Instagram, we are starting a new series of posts called testimonials. So, for all those alumni out there of DBIT, you can drop us a DM and share your experience about college. How did you like your college life? And we can post it as a post on our Instagram page and tag you.
That's cool.
So
That's
thank you again.
nice. Good efforts, guys. Like this is something nice. At least in lockdown, people will it will help them think what they need to do. And this is something a good opportunity as well. It's a great work.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sam.
All good.
So have a great day, everyone, and that's a wrap.
See ya. Bye bye.